conspiracy. It may well be an open conspiracy. I just do not want my client to respond to something that was not suggested by the state. Your Worship, you could look at the charge. If my colleague can just keep to the state, he must not make the state better than it is, Your Worship.
Can you just rephrase? Yes.
I took note of that, Your Worship. Mr. Malakia, in your personal capacity, between October 2021 and December 2022, did you conspire with accused number 3, that is Jennifer Hamukwaya, in order to commit fraud, theft by false pretense, and money laundering?
No, sir. As I mentioned earlier, when the question was asked for the offering of the 2.5 million, I did not conspire with accused number 3 and 4 at any point, whether it's the point of October to December or at any point. And there's no need actually for doing that when NAMCOR needed asset that we have. So there's no need to conspire with anybody.
I think that's the end of cross-examination on behalf of first, third, and the 8th accused person. Please, the court, Your Worship.
The court, please. Mr. Malakia, just to the latter question you answered now, you singled out 3 and 4, but the charge also speaks of accused number 2. Does your answer also relate to accused number 2?
Yes.
Okay.
For accused number 2, 3, and 4.
Okay. Now, also, you were asked by my learned friend about what was sold and bought by NAMCOR. You recall that?
Yes, sir.
Your answer was simply assets.
Yes, sir.
What are these assets?
These assets are tanks, pumps, canopies, petrol attendant house.
Okay. Let me just take you back to page 20 where you were. Charge or count 44.
Yes, sir.
Now you see, in fact, that's the scheme of the state. The state now says, or has been saying, you, and when I say you, I'm referring to you, the accused persons before this court, sold 9 service stations. What are these service stations? Let's just start there. What are they?
Yeah. First of all, I need to clarify you the definition of me as Malakia Elindi. I did not sell 9 service stations to NAMCOR.
Yes.
So if it is in regard to Enercon selling, making asset, the rights, titles, and interest in the asset that they build with their own funds, we are referring to those tanks, pumps, petrol attendant house, and the canopies.
Then what do you make of the statement 9 service stations? What is that?
I don't know. I don't know what is the state alleging.
Just slow down.
Anyway, do you even know what service stations are? Let's maybe ask you that question.
I don't have an idea.
Okay. Now, my colleague also dealt with count 47. In fact, your brother already did it, but I'm just afraid that context may be lost. So I'm also just going to do it with you. I'd like you to go to page 60 of that bundle, but also keep your finger at that 21. In fact, what?
60 of the
Yes,
bundle?
of the bundle, yes. That's where the charges are, Your Worship.
Page 60.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
I
where
just
the
want to know which bundle.
Anti-Corruption Act comes up. The bundle that has the legislation, Your Worship.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Malakia, at that page 20, oh no, sorry, 21, you note that the offenses allegedly committed is fraud, theft, false pretense, I guess that's theft by false pretense, and money laundering. You note that? Okay. Now, I'd like you to go to that page 60.
There, sir.
Yes. just bluntly, does that section 46 relate to any issue of theft, whether it's theft by false pretenses, whether it's, as you see there in the charge, fraud or money laundering?
No, sir.
You'll agree that that section confines itself only to the Anti-Corruption Act, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Your Worship, that's my cross-examination. Court is on.
Mrs. Hinder?
And the court pieces, you should, before state commences with the cross-examination, court will recall that on the 17th day of July, the court returned a few documents to the state for us to properly hand up those documents. And with leave of court, I would like to hand up the following documents. You should, I have placed it in a file. So may I just hand up this file for the state? You can equally.
Can we just for the record indicate what documents?
I'm about to do that now, Your Worship.
Okay.
Indeed, Your Worship, the handing up of that file without the defense seeing that file should not be allowed, first and foremost. And when we were in this court, the documents this court handed back to the state with consents of sorting them out related simply to bank statements, as far as my memory recollects.
Mrs. Hinder?
Bishop, may I just have the file back, then I'll just hand up the bank statements one by one and the court can number same. We already have an exhibit A, I believe that's a statement of, Bishop, accused person may be seated.
You can be seated.
Can the court just confirm that exhibit A is a statement of Peter Malakia?
Yes, the first applicant.
Bishop, so the first document will be handed up, which the court can then number exhibit B.
Can you just show it to your colleagues?
Can I just read it so that they can, because they already have this document,
Okay.
Bishop?
No, but Your Worship, you know the state's things are in shambles. It's disorganized. So let us see what they are and we know, so that we can trace it back to what we have.
Yes, just show them so that they can just locate the document.
Bishop, the first statement is the Enercon bank statement from Windhoek, bearing the account number CHK 8023531520.
Just slow down. 80.
8023531520. You can hand it to the officer.
Councils, were you able to locate the documents?
No objection.
Yes, Your Worship.
Your Worship, I just want to verify, Your Worship, if that page is the same as the one in your bundle, Your Worship, that I gave you, page 192. I just want to verify, Your Worship, 192.
Which bundle?
The original one, Your Worship, when Peter Elindi testified.
At what page?
192. Yeah, if Your Worship, with respect.
Just slow down. Trying to locate the document. Yes, it appears this one is marked page 1 of 1. The document you are referring the court to is written page 1 of 2.
Okay, does it start with the transaction of the 1st of July 2022, Your Worship?
No, it's a different page.
Okay.
Yes.
No, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, thanks, Your Worship.
the court just repeat, Enercon bank account 520, it's at Exhibit C. Is that correct?
No, we only have Exhibit A, which is the statement of the first applicant. So this document is going to be marked as Exhibit B1.
May I proceed, Your Worship?
You can proceed.
As a court proceed, Your Worship, the next document is the Enercon bank statement from Bank Windhoek, bearing account number. May I proceed?
I don't have the document.
It's
Is
there,
it
Your
this
Worship.
document?
CHK 800 35 848.
Councils, do you have the document? Or are you able to locate it?
We've been able to do so.
Mrs. Hinda?
As a court pieces, the next document is the bank statement of Eco Trading. Council, you may peruse.
We have not marked this document.
That should be
I
a
thought you
bit.
should mark it B2.
B2.
Yes, you should be B2.
Then the document, that is the bank statement of Enercon, account number CHK 835-10848 is marked as Exhibit B2.
You should the female applicants have arrived. We'll just allow them to settle in. You should, before we proceed with Eco Trading, what we have omitted is just to indicate the number of pages the different exhibits have. So Enercon account number 520, that's just one page. The record can also reflect that.
Yes.
Enercon account 848, it's 10 pages, page 1 to 10.
Mr. Casper?
Your Worship, may we make the following proposal in the interest of time? Your Worship, much time has already been lost. Your Worship, you would equally also appreciate that some of the documents the state is now handing up are also documents disclosed by the defense. May we make a proposal, Your Worship, that we endeavor into a collective effort together with the state? I mean, you would have noticed, for example, Your Worship, you were referred to Exhibit A. Exhibit A comes from Mr. Namanje.
Yes.
So that we can then hand up to the court an agreed bundle of exhibits that, I mean, defense and the state has likewise covered with whichever witness. So that, Your Worship, in the interest of time, this application can move forward. We cannot now at this point be hamstrung in an administrative process, clearly as the one now embarked upon by the state, and precious time is lost.
Mrs. Hinda?
Bishop, I beg to disagree with Mr. Casper, because the only documents that both the state as well as Mr. Namanje have in common are the Enercon accounts. But with regards to the accounts of Eco Trading, Panduleni, Quality Meat Supplies, that was not handed up by Mr. Namanje, and I would have to make reference to it when I cross-examine the applicant before court. So it is just prudent that these documents are handed up. For instance, you would note that Mr. Namanje inquired from court the Enercon account 520, what is the entry date that it starts with? It's different from the date which is indicated by the document that is handed up by the state. And then it's just 4 or 5 more bank statements still to be handed up, so there's no issue with that.
Then it's fine if it is 5. We can always work after other documents.
Other documents, yes. Then, Ms. Hinda, you can proceed.
Is the court in possession of the bank statement of Eco Trading?
Yes.
That's the bank statement of Eco Trading CC, Bank Windhoek account. Account number CHK 80065348823. It's consisting of 7 pages, Your Worship, each 1 to 7.
Council, are you in possession of the document?
Yes, we do, Your Worship.
Is that Exhibit C? I think so.
The document then marked as Exhibit B3. B.
So it's the court marking all bank segments B.
Yes.
B3. The next quality meat supplies. Pass it on to them. Bishop, the next bank statement is for Quality Meat Supply CC. May I proceed, Your Worship? Quality Meat Supply CC, it's a Bank Windhoek bank account statement. Account number CHK 80234898861.
Yes, the bank statement of Quality Meat Supplies is then marked as Exhibit B4.
The next bank statement is that of Onyeka. Onyeka Clearing, CC and Forwarding. May I proceed?
Yeah, please.
Onyeka Clearing and Forwarding, CC, held at Bank Windhoek, account number CHK 800042107. Show the councils.
Yes, the bank statement of Onyeka Clearing and Forwarding CC is marked as Exhibit B5.
Bishop, it consists, may the record also reflect that it consists of 8 pages. Apologies, it consists of 19 pages, Your Worship. Consists of 19 pages, you can verify. How many pages do you have? Yeah. May I proceed, Your Worship?
You can proceed.
Your Worship, may I just for the record state that we only have 8.
8 pages.
Yes, 1 to 8, despite the document being numbered 1 to 19.
Ms. Hinda, can you just confirm?
Bishop, the copy that I have consists of 19 pages. Mr. Namanji, how many pages does your document have? We can just make note of that. The next bank statement is
There's
that
8
of...
pages. Yes. 8.
Oh, there's 8 pages.
Yes.
Noted, Your Worship. The next bank statement is that of Panduleni Farming CC. There's 8 pages.
Account number?
That's Panduleni Farming CC, Bank Windhoek account number CHK 25395341, Your Worship. What's the next 6 pages?
Document that is the bank statement of Panduleni Farming Enterprise CC is marked as Exhibit B6.
As a court pleases, the next bank statement of CP, but we have the full statement, just make proper copies, consisting of 65 pages. But we will only refer to the first 2 pages which we have initially taken.
You should jealously guard against the volumes. Yes, because we have them. We have been provided P2. That in this proceeding situation, P2 have been canvassed. Necessarily a bulky record question.
There's also another deadline. Your Worship, you will see that it's going ahead. We that much we are facing our clients. Now we're provided with 2 pages, and then my colleague hand up 9, some of which we have. Is my colleague going to cross-examine my client on those pages? And if yes, why are we being ambushed? And we did not even have an opportunity to confirm authenticity. Surely, your Worship, something must bother all of us, and in particular the court. So what is the reason for us to be given 2 pages, say last week when after my client actually have started testifying, and today applied to hand up 19 pages we have not seen? What is the state interest in the other pages that we did not see? Is my client going to be confronted with those?
Mrs. Hina, any response?
As a court, Mr. Worship, the cross-examination of the applicant before court will only relate to the 2 pages which were disclosed to the councils last week. But at the time when Mr. Willemse testifies, we will refer to his entire bank statement. So perhaps for these proceedings, we can hold on to the bank statement of Mr. Willemse and then just hand up the 2 pages that we had disclosed.
That is also another problem, Your Worship. Then why? Because Mr. Willemse is not an applicant in these proceedings, Your Worship.
Mr. Willemse is accused who?
Accused number 2. My colleague for him placed it on record more than 3 times that he's not bringing, I don't even know why he's brought to court. Remember, he said he will sit in court on a watching brief. A proceeding that proceedings that proceed for 2 weeks can easily become an irregularity for a small thing. Why are the documents aimed at leading evidence against accused number 2 being handed up and wasting, with respect to our time, when he's not an applicant with respect?
Yeah, I understand, Mr. Namani,
Yes.
but Ms. Hinda indicated she will hold on to those documents because they relate to accused.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I'm only raising it so that we do not find ourselves in this situation again.
Yes, that issue has been put to rest.
You should, may I just touch on that issue? I beg to differ with Mr. Namanje, because even though Mr. Willemse is not an applicant in this bail proceedings, reference will be made to monies that were transferred to his account. Therefore, we need to produce his bank statements as well as that of Parkwood in order to be able to cross-examine the applicants that are bringing the bail application before court.
As the court, please.
Yes, then we can proceed.
As a court, please. So what is the court stance? Am I able to proceed and hand up
Yes,
the
if
bank
you can
statements?
proceed, then that is.
Standard Bank account, Willemse CP, account number 2418794442.
Can you just repeat the account number?
2418794442. Bishop, we will give the court a different. Consisting of 2 pages. Where's this bundle?
Counsel, did you manage to locate the document?
Yes, and if it's confined only to the 2 that
Yes,
we
on the
have,
2 pages.
we have those.
Then the document is marked as Exhibit B7. That is Willemse CP Standard Bank account number.
You should be next bank statement is that of Parkwood Petroleum Logistics CC. Mr. Francho. Pass it on. May I proceed, Your Worship? Parkwood Petroleum and Logistics CC. It's an account held at Nedbank. Account number 119904401117. Consisting of 14 pages.
This Parkwood Petroleum and Logistics CC bank statement is marked as Exhibit B8.
As the court pleases. The next 2 bank statements are that for Enercon Petroleum CC. Councils are in possession. Please just give it to them.
Please report to your worship. We don't have these two bank statements for Enercon Petroleum System. We were never given this document at the commencement of the proceeding. Please report to your worship.
I likewise confirm, Your Worship. We will equally appreciate that at the stage where we are, dealt with any of the applicants that have since testified, Your Worship.
I just want to confirm, is it a deliberate thing to be giving us? Honestly, accused person is in a dock to be cross-examined. Expectation would have been that if there are documents that my colleagues wanted to deal with them during cross-examination, I should have been given those documents prior to my client taking a witness so that I prepare and take instructions. So is it deliberate? And for what purposes are these documents being handed up during my client's cross-examination without me even seeing them? All right, I'm not objecting. I'm placing it on record that we are being prejudiced massively.
You see, Your Worship, before the state can be given an opportunity to reply, I think the approach by the state, and I don't intend to disrespect the state. They have a right to conduct the proceedings as they wish, but they have to do so within the confines of the law. Because Article 12 of the Constitution, which speaks to the right to a fair trial, that right implies the right to defend oneself. And you cannot defend oneself when you are being ambushed. This document ought to have been provided to the accused person or their legal counsel beforehand so that they can prepare their defense as far as these documents are being concerned. Please, the court, Your Worship.
Mrs. Hinda, any response?
Your Worship, the state will hold on to the bank statements of Enercon Petroleum. We will proceed with the two bank statements which I'm aware were disclosed to the parties. That is the bank statement of Peter Hango Elindi. Councils can confirm.
Yes, then the state is indicating they will hold on to this. Above, then the objection is then sustained. We can proceed.
Peter Elindi, bank statement. They can confirm whether they've received same.
We have that one, Your Worship.
May I proceed, Your Worship?
You can proceed.
Peter Hango Elindi, it's a bank Windhoek account number HCK 8000 5198059.
The bank statement of Peter H. Elindi is then marked as Exhibit B9.
Exhibit
B9.
B9 as a purposes. Malakia Elindi bank statement, Your Worship. That's the applicant in the dock. Council, can you confirm that you have the bank statement of Malakia Elindi? Yes. Let me see. Consisting of 7 pages, Your Worship. Malakia Elindi, held at Bank Windhoek, account number CHK 1100593001.
Bank statement of Malakia Elindi is marked as Exhibit B10.
As the court pleases, Your Worship will note that during cross-examination of the first applicant, Advocate Mulunga also made reference to 2 documents. That's the asset purchase agreement as well as the memorandum of agreement which was entered between Ministry of Defence and Enercon. State would also like to hand up same, unless same is contained in the bundle that was handed up by Master Namanchi, then the court can just number them.
Those documents, this morning I was trying to make it easy so that we do not duplicate. Those documents are already the purchase agreement my colleague is referring to. Your Worship is it's at page 51. For purposes of, we are not prejudicing the state. Maybe the state can just take note where it is, because this bundle will be handed up, Your Worship, in totality. Every document has been dealt with. Yeah, so if the state is cross-examining, it has our bundle, Your Worship, and our bundle is numbered. It will be the best way to do it. Otherwise, if you hand up a document that is unnumbered and just lose, it will just be cause problems. That document is already, there is no need to hand up a separate one.
Mrs. Hina?
That's in order, Your Worship. Your Worship, the stage is ready to commence with its cross-examination.
You can proceed.
Accused, you may rise. Master Elindi, you informed this court that you have 3 children, is that correct?
That's not what I informed the...
Oh, you have 5 children, sorry. You said 3 of them are minors, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you said minors, give us the ages.
16, 17, and 10.
How old are the other 2?
32 and 28.
Pardon?
32 and 28.
On the day that you were arrested, which children were with you in the house?
3 minors.
Now, was it your testimony to this court that when the police officers arrested you at your residence, you left the children in the house?
Sleeping, yes, that's what I said.
What time of the day were you arrested?
Around 9:30 to 10.
Now, the investigating officer will come and testify and inform this court that it's not true what you're telling the court. You will come and inform the court that they allowed you to phone people to come and take care of these children. Firstly, you phoned your brother, he did not answer, and thereafter you called a female, a lady that came to the aid of these children.
I did not call somebody to come outside. The person who was there was already in the house.
Just repeat that. The person was already in the house.
Yes.
Who was in the house?
My second wife.
Yes, that's what you will come and tell the court. You actually kissed the person before you left. So why are you telling the court that you left 3 children all by themselves in the house? Because that's the image that you portray to court.
Do I need to answer or may I do that?
I think Your
Just,
Worship.
just slow down because, yes, Mr. Namanje?
The witness can.
Yes, you can answer.
I informed this honorable court that I left my kids sleeping because they just arrived in the morning at 5 o'clock that day. So I do not know that the investigator knows that. But my wife, I did not say at one point I left them alone.
But the image that you created to this court was that the constitutional rights of the children. You left the 3 children in the house. So if you want to correct, so is it your version today that there was actually an adult in the house with the 3 children?
I left the kids sleeping.
With an adult?
Yes.
Can my colleague let my client complete his sentences? Can the court require with respect to my colleague to let the witness? She cannot muzzle my client.
Sir, what is your...
I informed this court that I left the kids sleeping and they did not see their parents when they were arrested at T today. That's the point in that. I'm standing on that one.
Okay. But now you want to set the record straight that there was actually an adult in the house with the 3 children.
They were sleeping the time I left.
Can you
The
answer my
adults
question? There was an adult in the house.
Your Worship, that is the reason why I asked the court to require my colleague to let my client testify. Your Worship.
Sir, what is your answer?
Your Worship, is Counsel Hinter thinking that she had to
Can you
intimidate?
just answer the question? What is your answer?
I think I repeat the answer, Your Worship. I thought there was another. I never said they were alone. I said I left the kids sleep, and they never see the parents when they were arrested. That's the point I'm standing on.
Okay. So I take it that the 3 children were there and your second wife was also in the house.
Yes.
Can you go to your personal circumstances, that document, which was, I don't think it was numbered. Personal circumstances of the second applicant, Master Malakia Elindi. Do you have that document, sir?
What document is that?
Just show it to my first person. I'm not sure if it was handed to court.
It
The
was
document
not
that Mr. Namanje.
Mr. Namanje is on record that they were compiled.
Okay.
Then, so it was.
Can you just refer to your copy, because I need that copy?
I gave my copy today because the copy I was using is for my attorney. So
Attorney, can you please give your client his statement? Do you have, are you
yes, I'm having.
on the second page?
Yes,
The
I'm having a-
properties that you have listed, are the properties in your name? I'm not sure whether you testified on it. Are they personally registered in your name, the properties listed there?
There are property that registered personally on my name, and there are those registered under either a PTY or a CC.
Can you please go to BV Investment? Can you see that?
Yes.
Can you
What is
just
the name?
BV Investments 402 PTY Limited? Just read that for us.
BV Investment 402, PTY LTD, Malakia Elindi Family Trust.
Okay, just continue reading. I see there's a bank Windhoek. Is that
The
correct?
window, and then the amount of 6.8, and the liability of 6.2.
Sir, your voice,
You
your
need to
voice
speak
is
up.
going down.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a bank Windhoek. The amount is 6,880,000, and the liability is 6,242,240.
Okay. Read the next entry, or can Onyeka read that?
Okanenge residence in Ondangwa.
Okay. What is it's in Ondangwa? Is it a house?
Yes.
It's a house in Ondangwa.
Yes.
So it's not a business.
No.
Okay. What is the value?
22 million.
So the value of that house is 22 million.
Yes.
Okay. If you can put that aside. Just wanted to get that out. Austin Elindi, who's that?
Austin Elindi is a son of Peter Elindi, my brother.
So it's your nephew.
Yes.
Can you tell the court what is your relationship with Immanuel Mulunga? Do you have any relationship other than NAMCOR, Enercon? Is there any friendship, any personal ties that you have? And please think through. I'm going to put various individuals to you. Please think before you answer.
No, there's no any other relationship apart from, number one, he's from Omtele, where I was born.
Okay.
That one is,
What is Omitele? Just explain to court. We don't know where Omitele is.
I just mentioned to the court previously, Omtele is a village in the Oshikoto region.
Yes.
Yes.
So who is from Omitele?
Yes, is also from Omtele.
So you are from Omitele and Immanuel Mulunga is also from Omitele.
Yes.
So you know him from the village.
Not from the village, he grew up in Windhoek, sure.
Okay.
Not from Omtele. But I know he's from, the parents are from Omtele.
Vilo James Awala, how do you know him? What's your relationship with him?
The relationship, he was a director in Enercon, just like me.
Any other personal relationship? Same village, friends?
No, no.
Weekends, interactions, anything?
No.
Willemse?
I only know him, apart from that, NAMCOR is working for NAMCOR. No any friendship or any other relationship.
Jennifer Hamukwaya?
The same with Willemse.
Just explain.
I just know her that she's working for NAMCOR.
Okay.
No friendship.
Panduleni Hamukwaya? Am I going too fast, Joshua?
It's in order.
Panduleni Hamukwaya?
I just know him as the husband to Jennifer Hamukwaya. Simply because Panduleni Hamukwaya, they were in Cuba with my brother Peter Elindi.
Victor Simaneka Malema?
I know him as he grew up in my brother's house from the age of 15, and he's the son of my brother Peter Elindi's sister-in-law.
So he grew up in your brother's house?
Yes.
Which house? Which house of your brother did he grow up?
The one is number 15 Hamilco.
Okay. Just give us that again. Number?
Number 15 Hamilco.
50?
15
Okay.
Hamilco.
Amarkop. Where is that? In which
Auckland
suburb?
Park. Windhoek.
Do you know the last applicant, Leon Nandako Stefanus?
No, I only actually know him when he comes to the
Only know him at court.
At court, yeah.
Okay, can you please tell the court what was the composition of Enercon in 2016 and 2022? Composition, I mean, who was the chairperson, who was the CEO, who was the director?
I would not know that I would not know.
But you confirm that in 2022, yourself and your brother Peter Malakia, you were the signatories to the bank account of Enercon.
Yes.
Was Brigadier Awala also a signatory to the bank account?
No,
Can you just?
no, if I can recall.
In 2016, it was the same. Yourself and Peter, you were the signatories to the bank account of Enercon.
If I can recall, yes, but I cannot do it to recall. 2016 is a long time ago.
When was Brigadier the director of Enercon?
When you are saying brigadier,
Brigadier Awala, James Awala Bishop. When was it? When was he a director of Enercon?
He was a director, I'm sure, at the time of 2016, until the time of we all resigned at the same time on the 23rd of February. 2023.
The two bank accounts of Enercon for each of them. Are you with me? Enercon bank account 520. Who were the signatories on that account?
A joint me and Ms. Jennifer Hamukwaya. I'm not too sure whether Peter was a signatory or not.
The account 8. When did Jennifer become a signatory to the Enercon account 520? When?
Mrs. Maybe Jennifer, are you referring to accused 3?
Indeed, Worship.
Yes. For the
Bishop,
record, can you
for the
refer
record,
to
I'll
it as
refer to
accused
her as Jennifer, but that's accused number 3.
Yes. Can you, for the record, can you refer to an accused 3? Maybe so that we just have this.
As a part. When did Jennifer become signatory to that account, sir?
The date.
Okay, I'll get back to you.
Yes. Instead of referring to for the record, can we refer to her as accused 3? Now the question will then be, when did I become a signatory to the
Noted, Your Worship.
Yes.
When did accused number 3 become a signatory to that
I
account?
would not know the date.
Bishop, I want to hand a document to the applicant. I'm not sure if it's part of Master Namanji's bundle. The memorandum of agreement ended between NDF and Enercon. Can the court bear with us?
There was,
Yes, just
Your Worship, there was never any document entered into between NDF and Enercon. Is my correct talking about Ministry of Defense? Is it that?
Ministry of Defense, yes.
Yes, that's not NDF.
Common knowledge will come from
Yes,
Ministry of Defense and Enercon. Bishop can just go
there are
through
two.
Master Namanji's bundle.
There are that we page 115 of the first bundle, Your Worship.
in that, which one are you referring to?
A date with assistance.
know 2016.
Then your is the one that free 243 and the applicant of any document 143 Elindi 143.
I think
Page 143.
Yes.
should be bundle just to confirm that I'll be. Yes. May I proceed, Your Worship? Just a question before. Entered into asset purchase agreement with NAMCOR. Are you following?
Yes.
By yourself?
One and the last page of the 171.
It requires a bigger space. I do not understand why council want to think that they can be situated on number 16 Pasteur Street.
So what is your answer?
Exactly.
They are situated, I inform here, they are, your worship, that they are situated in the ministry, in the camp of the Ministry of Defense.
Please remember, when I pose a question to you, you address the court. I don't want you to say, I don't know what, and when I pose a question, you address the court. Okay? Are we clear?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So what is your answer? They are situated at,
My client has answered 3 times.
In the Ministry of Defense, he's
Okay.
testified. Yes.
okay, and that's on government property, government land, correct?
Yes.
Just see. Can you go to paragraph 7.1 of the agreement that you have?
What page?
I'll give you the page now.
Page 152.
Okay.
Do you have it? Paragraph 7.1.
Yes.
Please read that.
The design and installation of
Can you just read a bit louder so we're recording?
the design and installation of any such overhead canopy of any MOD home-based fuel station shall exclusively be done by Enercon.
Can you just pause there? Can you just read that again? Just read that. Can you just repeat that again? Or let me read it for you. The designs and installations of any overhead canopies for any MOD home-based fuel station shall exclusively be done by NAMCOR. Can you see that?
Yes.
You can continue reading.
The party agree that the installation of insulated prefabricated fuel attendant structure for the following MOD home-based fuel station has either commenced or is nearing completion.
Yes.
Tobias Onyeka Gabriel Garrison Sederoff, Osona Military School, Okahanja.
Okay, can we just pause there quickly? Can I just ask a, okay, just continue. Just continue. I'll ask the follow-up question.
Munyuku Nguvauva Barak, Kobabis, Wilba Tashia Nakada Barak, Roiko, Nande Shafombabi Barak, Otavi, King Nehare Jampingana, Ami Battle School, Oshevero, Voito Jason Konjeni Barak, Rundu, Greenwell Matongo Barak, Katima Muniro, Peter Eneas Nanyemba Barak Oluno, Shakati Military Base. I don't know whether it's Hilinge Stefanos
Yes.
Chapuha Danger Barak Ruakana, and General Dimo Amambo Garrison Hrotweke.
Okay. So is this where the home-based fuel stations that you refer to, is this where they are situated?
Yes.
That you want that you just
Yes, ma'am.
Can you just confirm with me, page 28 of the agreement? I'm not sure Mr. Namanja's bundle.
I don't have page 28.
Did you see it here at the bottom?
Page 170.
170.
170. Okay.
Do you have it, sir? That's page 28 at the bottom. Do you have it?
Just give me a moment, I'll be there soon.
Take your time.
Yes.
Okay. You agree with me that this agreement was signed on the 15th of September, the year 2016, correct?
Yes.
Can you just put that bundle aside? Can you go to the asset purchase agreement? Masina Manchis Banto, maybe the court can assist me or counsel.
Page 63. Page 63 of?
Yeah, 51.
Yes, I'm there.
Can you also have regards to the commercial offer? The offer by, or the purported offer by NAMCOR?
633.
Page 63.
So are you there? Page 63?
Is paging, Your Worship, is getting there?
Okay, just take your time.
I'm here.
Okay. What is the date? We're starting with the commercial offer. What's the date on that offer?
8th of July 2022.
Okay. And it's signed by the managing director, Immanuel Mulunga, to agree.
Yes.
Okay. Can you go to the page 64? Oh, no, before we go to page 64, please go back to page 63 and just read the first two paragraphs.
This offer is to acquire the Enercon Namibia Pty Ltd bulk storage facilities situated at various Ministry of Defense for the amount of 53,212,000.
Okay. Bulk storage facilities, what is that?
I'm not the author of this offer, so but
Okay, just wait. You're not the author. Go to page 64. Who are the parties that signed on page 64?
Malakia Elindi and Peter Elindi.
Okay, read one sentence.
With respect, for record, my colleague must just be careful. She's referring, if she's referring to directors who signed, then she must say so. She appeared to, if you say parties, she suggests parties to the offer. Those are directors, please. If she must just read the document as they appear, she must not substitute words to suit a certain narrative. The individual parties that signed, it's not that they are a party to the offer, they are a director representing Enercon. And that is what the document is saying. A party in a contractual context is a party to an agreement.
Bishop, I'm not sure what is the basis of the objection. My question was, who signed?
No.
Which party signed? Who signed it?
Exactly.
I can rephrase.
You're just
Go to
rephrase,
go to page 64, sir. Are you there?
Yes.
Read what's written on that page, sir.
Acceptance of offer by Enercon Namibia.
Read everything up to.
Yes, you mean the parties?
You just said Enercon Namibia. Read everything. There's PTY. Read everything that's on that
Oh,
page.
okay. So acceptance of offer by Enercon Namibia Pty Ltd.
Okay. And then Peter Elindi, you can read everything into
Peter
record.
Elindi, director, and Malakia Elindi, director.
Okay. You are Malakia Elindi, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You signed there.
Yes.
Correct. Peter Elindi also signed. Okay. Acceptance of offer by Enercon Namibia Pty Limited.
Yes.
You signed.
Yes.
What did you accept?
I didn't say that I was not accepting or I was not the director of Enercon. I said I was not the author of the document. That's what I said.
What did you accept?
I accept-
Acceptance of
I
offer
accept
by
the offer from NAMCOR, yes.
Which offer?
the offer to acquire, for NAMCOR to acquire the assets.
Okay, then it takes us back to page 63. Go to page 63.
Yes.
What was NAMCOR offering you, or offering you in your capacity as a director? When I mean you, I mean your capacity as a director of Enercon.
Okay.
You agree? Okay. 63.
Offer to acquire Enercon Namibia petroleum asset. That is the offer.
No. Where do you read the word asset on that document? Where do you read the word asset?
Petroleum asset. That is can you not read that? Offer to acquire Enercon Namibia Pty Ltd petroleum assets.
Okay, read the first paragraph.
This offer is to acquire Enercon Namibia bulk storage facility situated in various Ministry of Defense.
Okay, so that's what we're accepting.
You should see the title first.
The
The
bulk.
title is clear. Offer to acquire Enercon Namibia Pty Ltd petroleum asset.
So are you telling this court as a businessman, you just looked at the title and you accepted that? Is that what you're telling the court? Or did you go through the whole document? Did you peruse through the document before you accepted the purported offer?
I do not know why it's called it a purported, but this is an offer for assets.
Did you read through the document before you signed, sir?
I went through the document, yes.
Okay. Did you also read that it says, this offer is to acquire the Enercon Namibia Pty Limited bulk storage facilities? Did you read that?
I will not only be limited by the word bulk, if that's where you're going. The offer is for the assets that Enercon has.
So there was an offer,
For the
and
assets.
based on this one-page offer that you received from NAMCOR,
Yes.
on page 64, you accepted.
Yes.
Whatever they were offering, you accepted.
The offer is for the asset, and the title is correct.
Let's proceed. Page 52 of Mr. Namandi's bundle and page 2 of the agreement itself. Can you please read the first 3 paragraphs, sir? Read that in the record.
53 or 52?
52.
Whereas NAMCOR Trading and Enercon enter into a certain letter of intent to purchase asset dated 8 July 2022 and attach here with an Exhibit A and made a part thereof. And whereas Enercon is the owner of the certain bulk storage facility comprises those assets and any and all equipment used by Enercon in conjunction with the operation of said asset set forth in Exhibit B attached here to here in
Okay, just pause. Okay, just complete that. Hereinafter.
hereinafter thereof to as assets.
Okay. You just read, Enercon is the owner of certain bulk storage facilities.
Yes.
Okay, explain to court which bulk storage facilities did you own?
The 9 home base that we built inside the Ministry of Defense. As I read it as you asked me to do so.
Okay, so it's a 9 home-based.
Home based, yes.
Okay. Go to page 53 and page 8 of the document itself. Page 53 of Mr. Namandi's bundle.
That will be page 3 of the document.
Yes, Your Worship.
Yes.
Maybe you should start at page 2. Page 52 of the bundle, Your Worship, page 2 of the document. The last paragraph, 1.1.
Did you say I must go to page 53 or 52?
52, start, because if you go to page 53, you will see that it's incomplete sentence. It means it's starting on page 52, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
So go to page 52, look at 1.1 and read from henceforth.
Purchase and sale on the subject of the term and condition of this agreement, NAMCOR trading agreement to purchase from Enercon, and Enercon agreed to sell and transfer to NAMCOR trading all of Enercon's right, title, and interest in and to the asset register signed by Enercon auditors set out under Exhibit B. Before the effective date, Enercon shall deliver to NAMCOR trading all certificate, ownership document, registration document, asset maintenance, record asset register, assigned by the auditor warranties, if any, or any other documentation necessary to ensure transfer of ownership of the asset to NAMCOR trading.
Okay, thank you, sir. We have before court, or it was referred to in the bundles, the asset register. I'm not sure what's the number of the court. So you handed to NAMCOR the asset register, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Starting from 76.
You should, I was just informed it starts from page 76. That's the asset register. You handed to NAMCOR the asset register.
Yes.
Correct. On page 53, it also says that Enercon shall deliver to NAMCOR trading ownership documents.
Yes.
Did you deliver that?
The asset register was referred as the owner's documents.
What do you mean it was referred? Because here it's two separate documents referred to. Asset register, ownership document, and registration documents, and all certificates.
We gave NAMCOR the asset register document as required.
But you did not give them the ownership document.
Which ownership document do they require? Or which are you referring to?
Sir, you cannot put questions to counsel. If you don't understand, simply indicate, I don't understand the question.
Sorry, Your Worship, I don't
Yeah.
understand what you're referring to.
You just read it yourself now on page 53, sir. Enercon shall deliver to NAMCOR trading all certificates, ownership documentation, registration documents, asset maintenance records, asset register. So you confirm you delivered the asset register. We have ticked that. My question is the ownership documents. Have you delivered that to NAMCOR?
I think we dealt with it in this court that you cannot have any other registration document, like you don't register, you don't have a title deed for the tanks and pumps. These are movable assets. So we deliver what was required, and NAMCOR never complains that for what we deliver to them is insufficient.
You said that Enercon was the owner of certain bulk storage facilities, correct?
Enercon was the owner of the home base. I don't know where the word bulk is. Maybe there's a confusion.
But it's in the agreement. It's in the agreement that you signed with NAMCOR.
I just wanted to say, we
Your
never,
Worship,
That is a problem of reading documents selectively. May I ask the court to go to page 52? 52. The second paragraph in the preamble. My colleague continued to simply stop at bulk storage, but the agreement gives the meaning thereto by saying comprising those assets. So it goes on. My colleague continued to cut the sentence to suit a certain narrative, but the bulk storage has been given a meaning in the agreement, Your Worship. So
Mrs. Endo?
Your Worship. Oh, sorry, Mr. Nanga.
if my colleague must just be fair to the
Yes, Ms. Endo?
Your Worship, the offer, the commercial offer that was made by NAMCOR refers to bulk storage facilities. the agreement, the purchase agreement which was signed also refers to bulk storage facilities. Hence the question posed to the applicant before court. Now, whether they were giving them rights and interest and title, that's a different question. The offer which they accepted was for bulk storage facilities. May I proceed, Your Worship? The witness can...
Just a minute.
I don't think she gets it. Preamble, paragraph 2. I don't know why she's stuck with bulk storage.
Yes, Mr. I understand your...
Yes.
Yes.
And it says it referred to assets set forth in Exhibit B.
Yes, I understand.
Specific.
So, yes, so I'll allow the patient. Say, what is your comment?
My comment is the explanation is already given. What is those parts? The asset we are referring here is the 9 home-based station in the Ministry of Defense.
Okay, so were you selling to NAMCOR the 9 home-based stations which were situated on the premises of Ministry of Defense? Is that what you were selling?
You need to complete. Is the rights, the titles, and the...
No, I'm asking you my question. If you have a different version, just
No,
answer.
it's wrong to
You
say
cannot
just
tell me
Sir,
I must
can you
complete.
just only one speaker at any given time? Yes.
You
Sorry,
cannot
Your
tell me,
Worship.
sir. You cannot tell me I must complete. I'll post a question. If you have an answer, you answer there too. But you cannot tell me I must complete right and interest. My question to you is, were you selling to NAMCOR the 9 home-based stations which were situated on the premises of the Ministry of Defense? That's my question to you.
Yes, then the answer is yes, the rights and titles and interest in those assets.
You agree with me that you were not, if I say you at all times, I mean Enercon and you, the directors of Enercon, okay. So Enercon, which was duly represented by yourself and Peter Elindi, you were not the owners of those 9 home-based stations which were situated in the premises of the Ministry of Defense, correct?
We were having the rights, titles, and interests in those assets.
Were you the owners?
I don't know what you mean the word ownership. We were having the rights, titles, and interests in those assets.
Now, the agreement which you signed with the Ministry of Defense, 15 September 2016. Okay.
Yes.
That agreement was still in force when you concluded the purchase agreement with NAMCOR. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Can you go back to the agreement that you concluded with the Ministry of Defense?
At what page, Mr. Namanja, can you assist?
Mr. Namanja?
143.
143.
Yes, I'm there. 143.
Can the court bear with me, Your Worship?
Counsel, take your time.
I just want to... Page 22.
164.
Page 22 of the document. Your
I
Worship.
meant 164 because I knew we got to Article 12.
Pardon, sir? 164. Can you just, what did you say?
I knew you were going to go to Article 12. but
Oh, you knew I was going to go there. Thank you, Mr. Elindi. Thank you. You knew I was going to go there.
So that is page 164 of the bundle
And 22.
and 22 of the memorandum itself.
Okay. Since you knew I was going to go there, Mr. Elindi, can you please read Article 12.1 into record?
Yes, ma'am, I can read, but I have to go to Article 12.22. I'll read.
Sir, you just answer what you are asked. Your
So, Your-
question is
so, Your
that
Worship.
read Article 12.1.
So, Your Worship.
Yeah.
Each party acknowledge that this agreement constitutes the entire, complete, and exclusive agreement between the parties concerned and concerning
Concern, sir. Just read that again.
concerned and concerning the subject matter contained herein, no modification, amendment, consent, or discharge in the connection with the agreement, in this agreement, or its provision shall be binding upon either party unless made in writing and signed by the party sought to be charged with the same.
Now, you informed the court that what you sold to NAMCOR was the rights and the interest in
Yes.
those home-based stations.
No, the witness said right title, right interest.
You worship the,
No, no,
the
no.
witness.
Can you
Yes,
just
yes,
sit down?
just a minute.
Your Worship, it's not open to my colleague to misstate what my client stated, Your Worship. And I did not even need to object, Your Worship. My client
Just-
referred to 3 rights, title, and interest. My colleague cannot cut that down to
Yes, Mrs. Hinda, if you are referring to what he testified, for the record, can we refer to it as he indicated rights, title, and interest?
What did you sell to NAMCOR, amongst other? What did you sell to NAMCOR? Rights?
The rights, titles, and interest.
What does that mean? Explain to court. You sold the rights, interest, and titles. What does that mean? They have the right to do what? Explain to the court so we can understand what actually you sold
They are,
to NAMCOR.
they are entitled and they have the rights to use, to facilitate, to use the facilities that were built by Enercon, with Enercon Finance.
Can we proceed, Your Worship?
Yes.
Can you just repeat that again? Sorry, sir.
That NAMCOR is entitled to have rights and interest to use those facilities inside the Ministry of Defense for the petroleum products.
Can I proceed, Your Worship? You said NAMCOR could use those. What would NAMCOR use it for? Because remember the 2016, 15 September 2016 agreement that you signed with NAMCOR. That was for the supply of petroleum products to Ministry of Defense, correct?
To sign with NAMCOR in the 2016.
No, 15 September. 15 September
Yes.
2016. The agreement that you signed with Ministry of Defense. Are we
Yeah.
together?
Yes, with the Ministry of
Okay.
Defense, not with NAMCOR.
Yes, did I say NAMCOR? My apologies. That agreement was for the supply of petroleum products to the Ministry of Defense,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
And it was for the construction and the installation of home-based stations. Are we correct?
Yes,
Okay. So, and you are saying what you sold to NAMCOR was rights, interest to use the facilities. So, if you continued supplying fuel to NAMCOR, to Ministry of Defense, sorry, you continued supplying fuel to the Ministry of Defense, correct? Confirm?
at which point? Because
Okay.
you need to clarify.
After you concluded the agreement with NAMCOR,
Yes,
okay, you still continue to supply fuel to the Ministry of Defense. Are we together? Or did you also sell that right to NAMCOR?
yeah, the sale of asset rights and interest does not cancel the agreement of Enercon to continue until 2021.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly, yes. So what is it? What is the interest that NAMCOR enjoyed from this agreement that they concluded with you?
it has to make NAMCOR an exclusive supplier of the product to the Ministry of Defense.
So are you saying that after you signed the agreement with Enercon, with NAMCOR, after you signed the agreement on 15 and 18 July 2022 respectively with NAMCOR, NAMCOR then had to continue supplying, or NAMCOR stepped into your shoes and supplied fuel to Ministry of Defense? If that's not the position, explain to us. Because we want to know what is it that you sold to NAMCOR. You're just saying, right? Your Worship, can I just finish making the statement?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we want to understand. We want to understand, sir, what is it that you sold to NAMCOR, for which NAMCOR paid 53 million? So
Okay.
explain to us.
Can you hold it there?
Thank you, Worship.
Saying, do you understand the question?
Yes, I understand, Your Worship.
Your Worship, Worship.
Ms. Hinda, can you just, yes.
Thank you,
What is your comment?
Your Worship, my comment is that from the time NAMCOR purchased the rights and titles and interest in those assets, they can be the exclusive supplier to the Ministry of
Can you answer?
Defense.
Sorry, Mr. Elindi.
Yeah.
We were distracted by your counsel. Please,
Councillor, you are not putting any weight to it.
No, Your Worship, you were just offering me with
It was water. She's the one that spoke to us in relation.
Okay, I just saw your
No.
response. Okay, then it's okay. I just saw that when Mr. Caspian, there's nothing wrong. I did not see there. I only saw him responding. So the first part I did not see.
She
So
needed
it's just-
water.
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Worship. Please.
Can I respond?
Yes. Okay, Your Worship, before you... okay, maybe the court
Maybe, yeah,
asked it.
you can respond.
Your Worship, from the time NAMCOR pay the amount of 53, of which the 35 was paid back to them, they have the rights and titles to use those facilities for the exclusive supply of the petroleum products.
Sir, those of us that are not in the oil industry, can you just explain to us what you keep saying rights, interest? What does it mean? What does it mean? Does it mean that from 19 July 2022, NAMCOR now had to supply petroleum products to the Ministry of Defense? Is that what you mean by rights, interests, and titles?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is that correct? Is that what you mean?
That's correct, ma'am.
The agreement also mentions installation and construction of the home-based fuel stations. Would NAMCOR also take over that duty? In other words, would NAMCOR also continue to build and construct these home-based fuel stations?
No, that's why I need to clarify. Enercon already did the build, construct the home-based service sites in the Ministry of Defense. The 15-year agreement was given for Enercon to recoup its investment for constructing those 9 home-based stations in the Ministry of Defense, and that's why it go along together, hand in hand. That is, Enercon has to build, the sites are already built by Enercon with its own funds. NAMCOR at least has the easy part to just find the home base already constructed. It's only to continue with the supply of the road products.
Okay. So it was only, so that's what you sold to NAMCOR, only to supply petroleum products to the Ministry of Defense.
When you have the right titles and interests, then you are the only one exclusive to supply the road products.
But Mulunga offered bulk storage facilities as per the commercial offer.
If I have to explain.
But now you are saying that the rights and interests and titles that that you gave NAMCOR, which was purportedly represented by Immanuel Mulunga, was to supply fuel to the Ministry of Defense.
If I have to answer, there should be, might be, because they are not the ones who constructed the sites. There should be a bit of confusion on the NAMCOR side, because remember, 4 of the sites being Roykop, Kitmaso, or Sona, which is Edokahanja, and Grootfontein. The home base are attached to the SPR. We see the agreement talking about SPR, which is standing for Strategic Petroleum Reserve. They're attached to. So first we build.
You can just keep it slow. The court is
sorry.
taking shorthand notes.
First we build the home base, and when we build the SPR, which is the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, is attached to the home base. And that's why it could be the confusion for them for the 4 sites.
I'm lost, sir.
That's a problem for the commercial transaction.
It doesn't make sense.
Can your worship, when my client spoke over the public prosecutor, the court correctly and fairly so directed him to not to do that. Only one person in the court told him, only one person must speak. But my colleague continued the whole morning to do that. My client was just about to answer the question. In the middle of the answer, he's been cut.
Yes, Ms. Hindo, can you just allow him to respond?
You should, both of us actually started talking at the
Yes,
same time.
I-
So it was not that I was interjecting. You may answer,
Just
sir.
allow
Thank you.
him to respond.
I was just clarifying to say the way the 4 sites were built, you have a home base, and then you have a strategic petroleum reserve attached to the home base. So which means when the home base fuel station finish the product, automatically the tank at the back, and this is unfortunate that now we need to reveal things that for the Ministry of Defense that I didn't want it to do, that should maybe the ACC should have asked me this question in the office. But now I have to do it for the record of the court. When you have a fuel home-based service station built in front of the strategic petroleum reserve, once the fuel service station finishes, automatically the pump for the bar pump automatically the fuel in front of the home service station. And that is only in regards to Grootfontein, Keetmanshoop, Kahanja, and Roykop in Raffiesburg.
So you're finding yourself in a whole entanglement.
may I just place something on record, Your Worship?
We will not, on behalf of my client will not take responsibility in respect of matters of security that may be exposed. You would see that the agreement protects the certain installation of the defense for good reason. I must just put this on record.
Yeah.
I myself, Your Worship, it's not a small thing to be something irrelevant, putting up in public details about strategic infrastructure of an institution that defends the sovereignty of this country. So we will not take responsibility. My client will never take responsibility if the state deliberately and for irrelevant reason is going into details when everything is explained, a matter that may compromise the security of this country. I don't know why my colleague
Yes, it's
so I'm just putting on the record.
yes, for the record, it's
Yeah.
in order. Yes.
Bishop, I have not asked the applicant a question that would lead to highly confidential material. My
Yes,
question
you can
was-
proceed.
may I
Ms.
proceed, Your
Yes,
Worship?
please.
My question was simple. What you are now telling this court is that what you actually sold to NAMCOR was the rights, the interest, and the title to supply fuel, not fuel, petroleum products to the Ministry of Defense, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But I just want to put it also on record. What made me to explain that you were always wanting to know why the word park was used. And I make it clear to say that could bring the confusion on the side of NAMCOR when they talk about park. That's what made me to explain that. You asked that question for the park.
So are you saying NAMCOR was not sure what they were actually buying? Is that what you're telling us?
No, I'm not saying that.
Because you said NAMCOR was confused,
No.
or maybe they were confused. If I'm wrong, please correct me.
My client never said NAMCOR was confused. He says there appeared to be a confusion on the part of NAMCOR perhaps. That's two different things.
Semantic, Your Worship. Please just explain.
See, but that is how he put it. It appeared
Yeah.
there was confusion. Yes.
So it appears there was confusion from NAMCOR.
On those sides, I said that why the word park was used. But we were clear. We never wanted the bank, we never talked about the bank. We were clear on the side of Enercon, but we are talking about the non-home base station.
Okay, now was there ever a meeting between yourself as a representative of Enercon, yourself, Peter, and Mulunga, who represented or who purported to be representing NAMCOR, to clear out the issues of what these bulk storage facilities are?
There was never,
Because you were saying, yes,
there was never been an ambiguity between Enercon and NAMCOR concerning the 9 home base.
but now you are saying NAMCOR was maybe not clear or not sure. Or what are you saying?
In the context of you forcing the word bank, that's what I explained.
Now, okay, so now we are clear. The only thing that you sold to NAMCOR, or what you sold to NAMCOR, was the rights, the interest, and the title to supply fuel to the Ministry of Defense.
In those assets, yes.
The items listed in the asset register, what are the relevance of those if you are only selling the rights, interest, and titles in supplying fuel to defense?
No. Why is my colleague, even the last statement from my client clarified and say yes to supply, but the right, title, and interest in the asset, she's cutting it.
Ms. Hindal?
I'm not sure what I was cutting, Your Worship. Does the witness have an answer, or?
I have no answer to that.
Thank you, sir. Oh yes, we were busy with page 164, sir. Are we there?
Yes.
Page 22 of the agreement, Your Worship. You read that into record. May I proceed, Your
Yes, you
Worship?
can proceed.
As per this clause, 12.1, did you inform the Ministry of Defense that you are selling your rights and your interest and title?
Your Worship, what is my colleague saying? This clause, I have no problem with her asking the question whether or not Enercon informed defense. But the problem is, she's saying as per this clause.
She had referred to 12.1, which was read into the record.
Yes?
Yes.
When you say as per, you are suggesting the clause states that Enercon must inform the Ministry of Defense. It doesn't say that. That's why I'm saying I have no problem if she is asking the witness whether or not the Ministry of Defense was informed, Your Worship. But when you say as per this clause, then you must find a provision in the clause which says
the Ministry of Defense must be informed. The truth is, the clause does not say that, Your Worship. That's what I'm trying to say.
Ms. Hinda?
Your Worship, there is no ambiguity in my question. The applicant read the clause into records. Applicant can answer the question.
Yes, the objection is overruled. What is your answer?
This clause does not require Enercon to inform the Ministry of Defense for the asset purchase agreement.
Was there variation?
Ms. Hinda?
Sorry, Your Worship.
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you a different question. Since you entered into an agreement with NAMCOR, the 19 July agreement,
Yes,
2022,
yes.
it means that NAMCOR will step into your shoes, correct?
NAMCOR
To
will have
continue
those rights.
supplying fuel to the Ministry of Defense.
NAMCOR will have those rights, yes.
Yes. Which means, as per the agreement which you signed with the Ministry of Defense on the 15th of September 2016, you will not be supplying fuel to the Ministry of Defense, correct?
I do not know where you would find that.
But you sold your rights and your interests and your titles to NAMCOR.
Yes, but
Because remember, yes, sorry, you were answering, sir.
I indicated earlier there must be processes to be followed before all that. So the agreement should have been able to indicate the effective dates and also the process to be followed, because you need to follow the process as these assets are situated in the Ministry of Defense. There must be processes to be followed.
The effective date is 19 July 2022, and the agreement clearly stipulates the effective date of this agreement, the asset purchase agreement, is 19 July 2022. That's the effective date. Any comment?
Is that what the agreement says?
Yes.
What is your comment?
No, we need to be 100% sure the agreement says the effective date is the 19th.
Okay.
Can my main colleague assist us where that is, where the agreement says that the effective date is 19 July?
No.
Yes?
Okay, you can proceed, Mr. Namanje.
I have already
Yes,
asked.
yes.
Okay. I'll pose a different question to you, sir.
Are you leaving that line?
Yes, I will come back to that. Yourself, Malakia Elindi, representative of Enercon, and Peter Elindi, also a representative of Enercon, you signed the asset purchase agreement on the 15th of July, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Mulunga signed the agreement on the 18th of July,
Yes.
correct? Okay. Now, as from the 19th of July onwards, up until the time that you stop being the representatives of Enercon,
Yes.
okay. NAMCOR now had to step into your shoes, correct?
From that time, then we have the rights, titles, and interest, yes.
Okay, from the 18th, from the time that the last party signed the agreement.
Yes.
Okay. I'll get me to that. Yes, it's 18 July. Now, which means from the 18th of July 2022,
Yes.
NAMCOR would step into the shoes, the position of Enercon Pty Limited, correct?
Now, when you talk about
In terms of, let me just complete, then you can understand it better. In terms of supplying fuel to the Ministry of Defense.
when you talk, NAMCOR will have the rights from that time. Nobody prevent NAMCOR to be the exclusive and enjoy the fruits of being the exclusive supply to the Ministry of Defense. That's from that time.
Okay. We will get to the question whether NAMCOR enjoyed the fruits. We are first busy with interpreting the provisions of the two agreements. Can I continue?
You can continue.
Okay. So you agree with me, effective from 18 July 2022, NAMCOR would step into the position, I'm saying shoes, but I mean the position of Enercon Namibia Pty Limited to supply fuel to the Ministry of Defence?
Yes, they'll be entitled for that.
Okay. In other words, it's not Enercon. As of 18 July 2022, it's no longer Enercon that will be supplying fuel to the Ministry of Defence.
The agreement did not prevent Enercon to continue. As you remember, this is a national security institution. Enercon cannot stand and wait for the Ministry of Defence not to have products just because waiting if NAMCOR could not able to take over immediately. So you need to know this is a security institution.
Which means you, Enercon, when I say you, I mean Enercon, which means Enercon actually continued supplying fuel to the Ministry of Defence.
They have to continue because they cannot allow the Ministry of Defence to be dry just because NAMCOR did not ship in.
Now, if you say they will have to, it's a bit vague. My question is specific. Did Enercon Namibia Pty Limited continue supplying fuel to the Ministry of Defence?
Yes, ma'am, they continue to do
After
that.
entering,
slow down.
sorry, Your Worship.
You are confused.
Sorry, Your Worship.
You can proceed.
So, Enercon Namibia Pty Limited continued supplying fuel to the Ministry of Defence after the 18th of July 2022.
Question answered already.
Question was not answered.
It was answered.
Miss Missing,
I
he
You should
asked
maybe-
and then he indicated yes. So it
Your
was
Worship, I
answered.
believe he said they would have to, and what my response there to was, that's vague. Thank you. So if Enercon continued supplying fuel, correct terminology, if Enercon continued supplying petroleum products to the Ministry of Defence, what was NAMCOR doing? The ones that are now in possession of the rights, interests, and titles, what were they doing? Because Enercon continued supplying this fuel to the ministry.
Your Worship, the ratio behind having rules of evidence is to ensure that, Your Worship, you are not made to listen to any and everything the parties want to place before you. Because in the absence of the rules of evidence, the trials will never end, and hearings in a bail application will never end. Now, if we carefully look at these repetitive questions by my colleague with respect, the question is then, on what aspect are they relevant? Remember, we are in a criminal court. And we are in a criminal court where, Your Worship, you know exactly what are the criminal activities alleged against the accused in general and the second applicant in particular. I can assure you, I think it's enough, even if it is not relevant, it's enough. Because the last question is,
Okay, Mr. Lamanji, I understand you.
yes.
And you are saying we are in a criminal court.
Yeah,
This
that-
is a bail application. A bail is sui generis. It's neither civil or nor criminal. That is what the law says.
Yes?
Yeah. So when you are saying we are in a criminal court,
It's a
but
criminal
this
court.
is a bail application. Yes, before court is a bail application.
In a criminal court.
But we can, a bail application, the principle is that it's sui generis. It's unique. It's neither civil nor criminal. That is
No.
what the law says.
No, with greater
Yes.
respect, it's criminal. It's part of criminal proceedings.
No, Mr. Namanje. Yes, this is a bail application.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. My objection, your worship, is, but even if it is an inquiry, it's only evidence that is relevant on a particular issue. On the question whether or not, if, say, NAMCOR for a week, through negligence or deliberate action or whatever reason, did not avail itself to start supplying, in relation to what aspect of the bail application, that is the key question, your worship. When you look at the charge and the allegations of what fraud is leveled against my client apparently because they sold assets that did not belong to them. That is count number, the fraud charge against my client. So what is being asked, it really belongs to a commercial inquiry, and this is never a commercial inquiry. And it's not.
Yes, I understand with Mr. Namanje. You are on record to say it's a commercial inquiry.
Yes.
Or commercial offense, but the state does not see it that way. That is why we are having this bail application.
Hence comes the court to determine when I object. If the parties cannot agree what is relevant, the court must determine.
That is why you make your point and then you can. Ms. Hinda, any response?
Yes, Your Worship. What is relevant for the applicant will not be relevant for the state. What is relevant for the state will not be relevant for the applicant. Your Worship, my question is very clear. And within the next 2-3 minutes, I'll get to where I want to get. So if the court can allow me to continue posing the question, because the applicant's
Yes, I want you to respond. If you tell the court you are standing on your position, the court then proceeds and
yes,
make
Your
a ruling.
Worship. No,
Yes,
I
that is
stand
all I
on my
want.
position. The question is very relevant because $53 million was paid, sir.
Can you just hold me? Yes, the court understands, Mr. Namanje, I understand your objection. However, I am at pain. The objection is overruled. He can comment on that.
Why are you at pains?
The objection is overruled.
No, Your Worship.
Yes.
I'd like to understand why the court is at pains.
He says pains because he is saying that he does not, it's a commercial transaction, he does not have any. So that's why I'm saying I'm at pain to understand his objection. The witness is here, he can comment. Even if he say, I have no comment,
see that,
whatever, it's a comment.
But Your Worship, the court should not be at pains because the court would then be entering into the arena.
This is not the arena. It's a bail. I informed Mr. Namanje, we are in a bail application. It's not criminal or no civil.
No,
yes.
I understand you.
So the witness, even if he tells me I have no answer or no comment, then we move on.
Okay, if that's the context that Your Worship is using, then it's understood, Your Worship. But the court should not be making those comments so that we draw the inference that this court is at pains, because then this court would be descending into the arena. But I understand the explanation.
Thank you for understanding. Yes. But from the onset, the court is on record to say this is a bail application. It's not a trial. The court is only concerned with the issue
with the inquiry
bail
of the. No, I understand, Your Worship.
Yes.
That's why I'm saying it's appreciated that the court should clarify.
I appreciate Mr. Kasper.
But Your Worship, I'm a bit concerned about something. I'm a bit concerned when my colleague was addressing you again, you said these proceedings are neither commercial or criminal.
Not commercial. You said they are commercial, so that they are criminal. That's why I said it's a bail application. A bail application it's not necessarily a civil or criminal case. That is why hearsay evidence and the rules of evidence are relaxed. That is the premise on which I said it.
Okay, or by context, I think in a bail application, Your Worship, we need as defense the state the opening of this state application informed Your Worship that the state has a strong case, Your Worship, and that strength in criminal law, Your Worship. So in other words, when my colleague asked questions in relation to the alleged unlawful activities, it's unlawful activity in criminal law. So I'm getting a little bit concerned, Your Worship, when you say the fact that it's sui generis does not mean that it loses the criminal nature of the proceedings. Hence, Your Worship, I think it's only fair to be on the same page that we as defense lawyers are entitled to object when we feel that matters that are not relevant are being raised with our client. If the court's position is that in a bail application relevance does not play a role, then I will have to be content with that.
Mr. Namanja, I understand you. The court never said relevance does not play a role. Yes, that is not what the court said. Yes, so don't put words in the court's mouth. Yes, please.
Okay. I have made my submissions, Your
Yes,
Lordship.
you have made your submissions. I have allowed the question.
Yeah.
I have indicated, even if he tells me I have no answer, I have no comment, if we are on record, it's an answer, and then we move on.
As the court, please.
Yes. Say, what is your comment to
Your Worship, she needs to read her questions.
the question to Ms. Hinda, if I'm correct, was that if Enercon continued to supply to the Ministry of Defense, what was NAMCOR doing? That was the question.
Your Worship, we put it on record in this court that we already having an agreement, a supply agreement with NAMCOR. So literally, even if Enercon is continuing at that time to supply to defense, the product is coming from NAMCOR. So I do not understand the question.
You should understand that accused needs, applicant needs a health break. May we adjourn at this
Then
point?
the court will take a 10 minutes health break.
Please go to Your Worship.
Ms. Hilda, maybe before you proceed, just for the record, councils, I know I have before this court seasoned officers of court, and you are entitled at any time to object. Raise your objections at any time. You are entitled, and that is your right. The court will afford the state the opportunity to respond, and then the court will make a ruling. Now, once the court makes a ruling, whether you are happy or not happy with the ruling of the court, the matter must proceed. Yes. So we can proceed. Yes. You can proceed with him.
Posed the question to the applicant, then there were various objections. So I'm not sure if the applicant replied. But my question was, and I repeated the question many times, after 18 July 2022, Enercon continued supplying fuel to the Ministry of Defense.
Yes, that question was put and it was answered. Yes. The last question was, if Enercon continued to supply the ministry, what was NAMCOR doing?
Can I respond?
Yes.
Yeah.
As I mentioned earlier, the agreement for this MBC is different.
Apologies, Your Worship. My principal just arrived. They will join us shortly with leave of court.
It's in order.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You may proceed.
Please allow me to be, when you are ready, that I must.
Yes, Mr. Elindi, we are ready, very ready for you. You may proceed.
Okay. I mentioned earlier here that the asset purchase agreement did not meant to cancel the agreement of Enercon with the Ministry of Defense, because NAMCOR never supplied directly to the Ministry of Defense. NAMCOR has to supply through Enercon. So it was never been at one point that suggesting that the agreement for the purchased asset purchase agreement is to cancel the supply agreement of Enercon to the Ministry of Defense. So the agreement is to allow NAMCOR to have those rights and be the exclusive supply of Enercon, and Enercon supply to the Ministry of Defense, as like the other oil company has to do.
So you're saying NAMCOR would supply to Enercon and Enercon would supply to the Ministry of Defense?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So why did NAMCOR then pay Enercon 53 million? We don't understand. Please explain to us. Because you said what NAMCOR purchased from Enercon was the rights, interests, and titles, and you told us it was for the supply of fuel. So the state's understanding is that, is it too long, Your Worship? The state's understanding is that NAMCOR would now step into the position of Enercon, and NAMCOR would then directly supply fuel to the Ministry of Defense.
That's not what I said.
Okay. No, that's the state's understanding.
Oh.
So please explain to the state.
In the oil industry, if you are owning the assets, you are the exclusive supplier in those assets, because there are other things that are involved. Among them, there are environmental issues that need to be handled, and there are also, you need to be the one that fixing the assets should be any leakage or any brokerage within those assets. So for NAMCOR to be in position to be the exclusive and no any other person to be able to supply in those assets, they have to own the rights and the interest in those assets.
Now, if NAMCOR was the exclusive party to supply to Ministry of Defense, why did Enercon continue supplying petroleum products to the Ministry of Defense?
NAMCOR does not have an agreement with the Ministry of Defense.
Enercon has agreement with the Ministry of Defense.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, sure.
Yes.
So, NAMCOR paid Enercon 53,212,000, and they didn't do anything. They were just sitting. They were just having what lawyers would call a watching brief. They were just sitting because Enercon continued to supply the fuel to the Ministry of Defense, because it is only Enercon that has an agreement with the Ministry of Defense. Is that what you're telling the court?
There's a difference between the agreement of supply to the Ministry of Defense and the fuel agreement supply between Enercon and NAMCOR. So NAMCOR never, at one point, have an agreement with the Ministry of Defense to supply to the Ministry of Defense.
But so what is it? What is it that NAMCOR bought?
I think it's for the 10th time.
Because yes, but you are not making it clear, Master Elindi. You are not making it clear. What is it that NAMCOR paid Enercon 53 million for? What is it? Yes, you told us right, interest and titles. You use those words, but we want to know. What is it that they bought?
If the state does not understand the transaction, maybe does not make it illegal.
Explain to court, sir.
I explained to you already that...
Please don't say to me, to the court.
I explained to the
court.
Honorable Court that in order for NAMCOR to be in possession, as we also hear it in the internal memo here, we were all here party to this court, they will be in position to be the exclusive supply and have the rights and titles of those assets. It's a practice that's used in the industry. It's not something out of this world.
Prior to signing the agreement of 18 July 2022, correct? Who was supplying fuel to the Ministry of Defense?
There were different suppliers. We mentioned in this court that we started with Total Namibia, and then EcoFuel was also supplying. So there were different suppliers.
Did you inform the Ministry of Defense that you have entered into an agreement with NAMCOR on the 18th of July, the year 2022, for the purchase of assets which actually belong to the Ministry of Defense?
In that agreement between Enercon and the Ministry of Defense, there is no provision that allow or require us to do so.
Did you remember you were supplying fuel to the Ministry of Defense?
Yes.
Okay. Did you inform them?
Inform them of?
Of the agreement that you signed with NAMCOR?
It's not required by our agreement between Enercon and the Ministry of Defense to inform them.
Did you?
They also, that agreement does not prescribe where to get the products that we are giving to the Ministry of Defense.
Did you inform the Ministry of Defense?
Linda, we have asked the question. He gave you the answer. Can we move on?
As a court pleases, we are in possession of a document. It was disclosed to councils of the Executive Director, the ED, Ms. Wilhelmina Shivute, in which it was stated that Enercon Namibia Pty Limited had never communicated to MOTVA, that's the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, of its intention to sell the concerned assets. So they were not aware. that Enercon was selling these assets, these home-based fuel stations that were situated on their property. They were not aware, they were not informed.
Do you want me to respond to that?
Yes, sir.
No, I cannot respond to a document that I don't know. I'm not even having that document.
I'm putting it to you. It's in possession of your counsel. Any comment?
No comment.
Master Elindi, I'm putting it to you that you were not in a position to sell the home-based fuel stations, any assets, any interest, any rights. You are not in a position to sell anything to NAMCOR because Enercon was not the owner of it.
Is that a question or a statement?
It's a statement, sir.
Okay.
And the witness just answered the question.
Sir, what is your comment?
We are having the rights entitled to enter into an agreement for those assets as we build them with our own funds, as the agreement between the Ministry of Defense and Enercon entered, clearly stipulated that Enercon has to find the funds with their own funds to build those assets. It's clearly stated.
What did the agreement further stipulate? Was it the position of the agreement that come 2031, these assets will belong to the Ministry of, it will pass to the Ministry of Defense, correct?
Yes,
There
that's
was a timeline, there was a 15-year timeline.
No, that's correct.
Okay.
And we are not yet in 2031.
Mr. Elindi, the asset purchase agreement that you've signed yourself, a representative of Enercon, as well as Peter Elindi.
Yes.
Who brought you this agreement to sign? Who took the agreement to you to sign? Where did you sign this agreement?
The agreement was
Ms.
signed.
Hilda, you are saying who took it? Who would? Where did
Yes,
you sign?
yes.
Can we only have one question? You must respond. Then you can always make follow-up questions.
Yes.
Yes, but now...
Who
it
took the
appears-
agreement to you to sign? That's a one question.
Can you just pause there?
Thank you,
Just
Ashok.
one question, allow him to answer and follow-up questions. Say, who took the agreement to you?
The agreement was taken by the employee of Enercon. It was signed in the office of Enercon. So I wasn't worried in 2022 to know who took it physically, but it was brought in the office of Enercon.
Which employee of Enercon?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you are saying Enercon,
Enercon.
is what you're saying. Can you just repeat, sir?
The agreement was signed in the office of Enercon. I said,
On the 15th of July 2000.
Ms. Hilda, can you just... Yes, you are moving too fast. Yes.
Thank you, Ashok.
Sir, can you just take it from where you ended? You were not finished.
yes, Your Worship.
You can proceed.
The agreement was signed in the office of Enercon at number 16 Lessing Street. Who took it and who dropped it, I was not able to concentrate on who do that because I didn't know I would be in this position to explain a commercial transaction.
Okay. But you confirm it was signed in the office of Enercon, Unit 16, Pastiers Building, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Can the court just bear with me, Your Worship?
Take your
Thank you.
time, Counsel.
Make sure that we covered all the aspects pertaining to the agreement. Mr. Elindi, can you go to count 43?
At what page, if you can assist?
You should pass in a man check and
Page 19.
Thank you, Mr. Nomar.
90.
Yes, I'm there.
just hold on. You are facing a charge, amongst other, of fraud, and it is the state's assertion that, and I told you that you are not the owners of this home-based fuel stations. It is the state's position that you misrepresented to NAMCOR that you are the owners of these home-based fuel stations, whereas you are not the owners, and that is why you're facing a charge of fraud, sir. Any comment?
That cannot be correct because I, as a representative of Enercon, did not defraud anyone. And as we hear that we presented here the assets register, but in all this document we never saw the Ministry of Defense presenting the asset register, either the ownership that you are claiming that the asset is for the Ministry of Defense. So I was never been even given a document to prove, to say, you said this is not your asset. The Ministry of Defense said this is their asset register, is their assets.
How can it not be the, how can Ministry of Defense not be the owner if it's situated on their property?
The situation does not make it merely ownership.
In fact, what the state will argue at the end, in the closing arguments, Mr. Elindi, is that, can I move on, Yosha?
Yeah.
State will argue that the asset purchase agreement which you have entered into with NAMCOR, this document was just an enabling instrument to get funds, money, 53,212,000 out of NAMCOR. That's what the state will argue.
Can I
just
respond?
Can you just pause there? He must comment.
You need to comment.
Yes.
There is no way, if it's alleged that we are conspiring with the employee of NAMCOR, that in the reasonable mind, the person wanting 53 million, but immediately he wants to pay back 35 million back to NAMCOR. And as we follow this transaction, we pay again 9.5 million to purchase fuel. And also, I'm sure there was a figure of 1.5 million that we never hear of, that was paid to our account of ops. It shows Enercon ops operational account, which is a NWO account, and that was also to pay to NAMCOR. For a person want to make a false deal of 53 million, and you want the whole 53 million, but you want to pay back amount, things that are not benefiting you, I cannot see anyone, a reasonable business person, can do that.
And because it was an enabling instrument that was aimed at getting funds out of, money out of NAMCOR, that's why you are facing charges, amongst other, of conspiracy with NAMCOR employees.
Any comment?
There is evidence that we present here.
That's count 55, sir, if you want to.
Miss Hinda, can you-
Apologies,
Yes,
Bishop.
please.
There is evidence that we provide here that I personally, as I'm now charged personally, did not conspire with any employee of NAMCOR or either on behalf of Enercon, because there is no need to do so. This is just a straight commercial transaction, business transaction, which is aimed to get benefit and business to the party that have entered into the agreement with.
That's why you're also facing charges in terms of the prevention of the Organized Crime Act, money laundering.
It's unfortunate that one can have to be charged with money laundering, and I have to just laundering money for the purpose paying back to NAMCOR.
You did not pay it back to NAMCOR, it's NAMCOR employees, your co-accused persons in the dock.
I don't have the records whereby I pay to NAMCOR employees. On Onyeka, on Enercon, on Malakia personal.
Go to count 48, sir. Page 21, your shop of Masena Manches bundle. Okay. Can you please read that charge? That the accused is guilty?
That the accused is guilty of contravening section 4B, Roman 1 and Roman 2, read with section 1, 7 and 8, and 11, subsection 1 of the Prevention of Organized Crime Act 2004, Act number 29 of 2004, read with the provision of the section 94, section 155 and 156, and 332, subsection 5 of the Criminal Procedure Act of 1977, Act number 51 of 1977, money laundering.
Yes.
Should I continue?
Yes, sir.
In that upon or about the period October 2021 to December 2022, at or near Windhoek in the district of Windhoek, the accused received an amount of 53,212,000 for the sale of 9 service stations from NAMCOR, which 53,212,000 the accused knew or ought reasonable to have known that it formed part of the proceed of unlawful activity, because when the accused received the aforesaid amount, he knew that he was not in position to sell the said 9 service stations. You want me to continue?
Yes, sir.
Thus, the accused did commit the offense of money laundering.
Yes. And that's what I put to you earlier, that you were not in a position to sell this home-based, as we have it here, these service stations. You were not in a position to sell them, sir. You can comment on that,
I
comment?
already proven that, and I'm also don't understand why you are also not maybe providing the bank statement for NAMCOR, so that, because all this transaction of 53, if you claim to be an irregular transaction, so which means even the amount that we pay to NAMCOR are also part of this crime.
I will get back to that after lunch. I'll elaborate on that. Bishop, I believe this would be an opportune time to adjourn for lunch before the state moves to the next topic. As a court.
Yes, it's opportune. The court adjourns for lunch until 1400 hours.